Right now on the WGN News at 4.
Another round of strong, if not severe, thunderstorms.
Severe weather threat. Demetrius Ivory pinpoints the places most at risk of rough weather tonight. Chicago police changed the rules on when officers can fire their weapons.
We absolutely owe it to Chicagoans and to the rank and file officers to be better.
Plus, President Trump plays defense.
The people understand what I'm doing, and that's the most important thing.
But he's losing some Republican support.
I think it's time to begin to talk about an independent group that can come along, whether it's a commissioner or a special prosecutor.
Those stories and a look at what's new this summer season along Chicago's River Walk. The WGN News at 4 starts right now.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN Evening News.
Good afternoon. We're glad you're with us. I'm Ben Bradley.
And I'm Lourdes Duarte, and welcome to the new home of WGN News. We're going to tell you a little bit more about it a little later, but first let's begin with our top story this afternoon, the threat of severe weather. A tornado watch is in effect right now for parts of our area.
Demetrius Ivory is tracking it all. He's live outside on the weather patio with what we can expect.
Yeah, that tornado watch has been issued for DeKalb and LaSalle counties. It expires tonight at 11 p.m., so certainly going to be a long duration for this watch. We have a number of hours before it is allowed to expire. That watch does include LaSalle and DeKalb counties. We also have a wind advisory in effect for all the counties in the tan shade there. That is for the potential of seeing wind gusts up to about 50 miles per hour until 8 p.m. The stage is set for some powerful storms to develop. As you look at the history of this low pressure system that's moving through the Great Plains right now, it has created numerous tornadoes, over 29 yesterday, hundreds of reports of hail and wind damage. And now, as we take a look at what's going on today, the severe outlook tonight, we are right on the eastern fringe there of the slight risk area, the enhanced risk area. Kind of a higher intensity is out to our west. Tornado watch does include, I'd say, a large portion of the country, almost all of Iowa, portions of Minnesota, and across, I'd say, more than half of Wisconsin. You can see that low pressure system as it churns in that counterclockwise fashion just west of Iowa. It will continue to kick up storms in this direction, tapping into a very unstable atmosphere. Everything's there, the moisture, the instability, the wind shear, for us to see some powerful, if not strong or severe thunderstorms. Here's the computer model, guys, and what this shows is quite a stormy night coming our way. We think many of these storms will kick on into our region close to 8 p.m., and the critical time would be most likely between 8 p.m. and 1 a.m. So after the sun goes down, we do expect some powerful storms to come through. As we bring you back here, again, we'll take a look at the storm risk for tonight, and then also a big temperature drop comes our way in the 7-day forecast. I'll have that for you in just a bit. Back to you.
Okay, Dee, thank you.
Our other top story this afternoon, an off-duty sheriff's deputy fatally shot an armed robber in Englewood. The scene still active in the 100 block of West 69th Street.
WGN's Patrick Elwood is live with the latest on what happened. Pat?
Information. We got more right to be here than you do.
Hi, guys. This is still very much an active scene. What we're hearing from police and what we are hearing from people who have gathered here at the scene are two very different accounts. Can I please get through this report?
Wasn't even on duty.
That said, from police, two armed offenders walked into a beauty salon with the intention of trying to rob the business and the people inside. Inside, at the time, was an off-duty Cook County Sheriff's deputy who pulled out a gun and fired, striking one of the offenders. The other, we are hearing, was able to get away, and a search is underway for that person. Now, that said, a woman who tells us she is the mother of the person who was shot by the deputy says her 17-year-old son was coming home from school after getting off the red line and was mistakenly shot as he was walking down the sidewalk, and the real offenders, both of them, got away. There are some cameras positioned on some buildings. What they captured, if anything, we do not know. Highly charged, emotional scene, to state the obvious. Continue to work the story and be back at 5:30.
Alrighty, that's WGN's Patrick Elwood there at a very volatile scene where there was a shooting involving an off-duty Cook County Sheriff's officer. We apologize for any language that you may have heard there. We'll check back with Pat in a little bit.
In the meantime, let's go to some other breaking news this afternoon. A 15-year-old girl has been shot in West Garfield Park, and there you see, that's a live picture in the 4700 block of West Gladys. Police say she was shot just after 2 this afternoon.
And WGN Sarah Gendra live in Skycam 9 with the latest. Sarah?
Yeah, you can see the police investigation from the aerial view here is underway. This is on Gladys. Everything blocked off completely between Cicero and the railroad tracks to the east there for the investigation. Again, a neighbor telling WGN that this 15-year-old girl was just walking home from school and caught in the crossfire. This all under investigation at this point. Police are investigating. The person was taken to Cook County Hospital in serious condition. That's the latest here from Skycam. I'll send it back to you guys in studio.
Okay, Sarah, thank you. Do it for the first court appearance for the man accused of punching a security guard who was trying to help him.
You have probably seen the security camera video by now. A man punches a 46-year-old woman in the face in front of a condo building in River North. Let's go to WGN's Tanya Francisco. She was at today's court appearance. She's live now with more. Tanya.
Lourdes, the judge set bond at $250,000 for Matthew DeLeon, which means he needs to come up with $25,000 to go free. His attorney says it's unlikely that he will bond out today. The 23-year-old DeLeon is charged with 3 felony counts of aggravated battery for the now infamous incident captured on surveillance video early Sunday morning of him punching a female security guard. In court today, we learned DeLeon is a 5-year Army serviceman who served 9 months in Afghanistan and is currently on active duty. He's due to report to Hawaii in early June. Now, the state's attorney says he has a DUI arrest from July of 2010 in the state of California. He's married with no children. In fact, his wife is one of the 3 other people seen in the video the night of that drunken incident. The other 2 are his sister-in-law and her boyfriend. The victim in this case, security guard Zoa Stigler, was not in court today. She suffered a fractured nasal and orbital bone in the incident and is scheduled for surgery today. After court, DeLeon's attorney stressed how sorry his client is.
He's going to do whatever he can to make this right for the victim. He expressed deep remorse when he turned himself in on Monday night and also Tuesday morning. He has seen the video. He's horrified by what he sees. And our concern right now is making things right for the victim, and that's what he plans to do.
Now, DeLeon has been ordered not to have any contact with the victim, so it's unclear exactly how he's going to make things right. He's due back in court on May 23rd for a preliminary hearing. I'm live this evening at the Layton Criminal Courts building at 26th in California. Tanya Francisco, WGN News.
Tanya, thank you. A Northwestern University student says she was groped and robbed by a man that she let into her Evanston apartment building. Police say the man was knocking on a door to the building last night in the 1900 block of Ridge Avenue. The 24-year-old woman let him in, thinking that he lived there. She says the man reached under her clothing, knocked her to the ground, and stole her wallet and phone. We'll have more on this story coming up in a live report on the WGN Evening News at 5.
A high school teacher in the western suburbs is now facing child porn charges. Police say 63-year-old Greg Bergner is a school teacher at St. Charles East High School. Elmhurst police say they were tipped off by the Crimes Against Children Task Force. Officers took him into custody yesterday. His bond has been set at $150,000. He's also been placed on paid leave while that investigation continues. New developments are coming in almost every hour as President Trump faces questions about whether he asked former FBI Director James Comey to kill the Russia investigation.
And today, some Republicans are joining the call for a special prosecutor.
No politician in history, and I say this with great surety, has been treated worse or more unfairly.
President Trump telling graduates of the Coast Guard Academy insiders are out to get him.
I didn't get elected to serve the Washington media or special interests. I got elected to serve the forgotten men and women of our country, and that's what I'm doing.
Republicans and Democrats are asking for answers from the White House. Former FBI Director James Comey reportedly created a paper trail. A source tells CNN the Comey account, written after a meeting with the president, says Trump asked him to let go of the investigation into former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn's possible ties to Russia. The White House says that account is not accurate.
I think it's reaching the point where it's of Watergate size and scale.
There's clearly a lot of politics
being played. Our job is to get the facts and to be sober about doing that.
Comey has now been asked to testify before Congress.
I think that when you ask the person investigating something to not do it, and you're the commander-in-chief, that is obstruction. But as an old trial attorney, I believe everyone deserves due process.
I think it's time to have an independent investigation.
Illinois Republican Adam Kinzinger says he's open to having a special prosecutor investigate Trump's actions, but cautions both sides should tone down the rhetoric.
Let's not jump to our corners anytime something new comes out. Let's try to find out what really happened. Stop yelling about impeachment right now. And we also can't say that every new piece of information that comes out is totally false and not true. We have to look at this with very sober eyes and get to the bottom of it.
The Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee is asking the FBI to turn over all of the memos, recordings, and other information it may have about discussions between the president and former FBI Director Comey.
Still ahead this afternoon, a sneak preview of the Chicago River Walk. Marcella Raymond is live with what's planned for this summer, including a chance to dance on the bridges. We'll explain that.
Plus, it's going to be a busy Memorial Day weekend. AAA is predicting a record number of travelers. We'll have a list of the top 10 destinations.
And also Chicago police changing the rules on when officers can shoot. WGN's Eric Rung is going to break down the new policy coming up at 4:30.
Also, you've probably noticed something looks a little different today. We'd like to welcome you to the new home of WGN News.
Just a little different. No big deal, right? After 12 years down the hall, we have now moved into a big, beautiful, new state-of-the-art studio. We're going to give you a tour. Join us now on the WGN TV Facebook page. We're doing a live, Facebook Live, right? With our Mark Sapalsa. Where are you, Sapalsa? Right there?
How do you like the new spaceship?
We love
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Don't be the first person to spill.
No food on the set. Morning show.
We'll be right back. Join us on Facebook Live.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Ben Bradley, Lourdes Duarte, Demetrius Ivory with weather, Jarrett Payton with sports, and Sarah Gendra in Skycam 9. This is WGN Evening News at 4. Thursday, when you call 911 on your cell.
What is your address? Where are you?
Can emergency responders find you?
By cell phones, we don't get an exact address for them.
Ben Bradley hits the street to put Chicago's 911 system to the test.
Here we are in the lobby of the 911 center.
WGN investigates Thursday at 9. Friday.